Is this what you want? This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off The Script. Man, I get that WWE is lazy. I get that the creative is lazy. We all know this. This is no secret to anybody. But every single year, whether it's the Royal Rumble, whether it's the Survivor Series, it's always the same go-home show every single year. I don't understand why they need to book the ending of the show on the go-home show frantically with every member of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, or who's ever in the Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT Elimination Survivor Series matches. I don't know why we need the visual of just literally everybody's B squad out at the end of Monday Night Raw or the end of SmackDown Live. I don't know why we need the visual of that for a final sell for the Survivor Series. I really don't understand it. We've been seeing this for 4 weeks now. I don't see how that is going to sell me on what you've already done for the Survivor Series. So instead of making something very formulaic and very lazy and it just comes off super uncreative, I don't even know why you bother booking a segment like that. Those are some of the worst produced segments in WWE when they do them. And it's always for intrigue going into the Survivor Series, or they're going to give you the lasting visual of the Royal Rumble and the sheer chaos of the Royal Rumble, as if we don't know what a goddamn Royal Rumble match looks like. All this, and I don't believe I'm going to utter the words that I'm about to say to you right now. Man, I think I'm getting sick all over again. Oh boy. Monday Night Raw was actually decent tonight. Now, I'm not saying it was a good show from top to bottom because, to be honest with you, it never is. I mean, who the fuck are we kidding over here, really? Never is. But I'm a straight shooter. I gotta let you guys know when it's good. Gotta let you guys know when it's bad. Now, I don't know how worse you can get from last week's insufferable garbage, but if you're comparing the two shows from last week to this week, my goodness. It was as if they actually gave a shit this week. Now, that doesn't mean there was, from top to bottom, a perfect show. Obviously, there's Monday Night Raw logic gaps riddled through this entire show, which we'll go over. But Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa, Drew McIntyre versus Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins versus Andrade, Cien Almas tonight. Great matches. Monday Night Raw had some great in-ring action tonight. Can't let that go, especially with somebody in me who loves in-ring action. So we're going to go over it. We're going to go over the go-home show. We're going to go over what happened. There's a major stipulation now added to the Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar match at the Survivor Series. One that says, from Rey Mysterio, one that Rey Mysterio says is going to benefit him more so than Brock Lesnar. We'll go over that. We'll go over the reason why Charlotte Flair is attached to Becky Lynch at the hip. I don't know why. I really don't get this. This is just a product of WWE failing with the women's division on Monday Night Raw. We'll go over that, and we'll go over Randy Orton and Ricochet getting a tag team title match tonight on Monday Night Raw. But JD, I thought it was supposed to be Zack Ryder and Curt Hawkins. Folks, did you really expect WWE to give Zack Ryder and Curt Hawkins a WWE tag team title match on Monday Night Raw? Yeah, right. So we'll go over that right here on the podcast. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. I feel a little bit better, man. Do I sound better? I think I do. So we're going to keep the yelling to a minimum today because I want to be 100% for Off the Script 301 come this weekend. And I'm surprising a lot of people. You know, I call my mother today. She's like, "Oh my God, you sound so much better," right? Everybody says I sound a little bit better. And I had the House of Glory show on Saturday night that I still gave 100% to, even though I was maybe at 65% for most of the show. You know, the miracles of green tea with a lot of honey, man. It's all I've been doing. It's like my diet for the last 3 days. So there you go. Shout out to green tea. Feel good. I feel refreshed. I got some sleep this afternoon. We're good to go right here on the podcast. Make sure you guys check out the Off the Script episodes that we did this weekend. It was Friday and Saturday. Episode 300, part 1 and 2. Part 1 was on Friday, part 2 was on Saturday. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Lots of stuff to go into. We talked about the CM Punk ordeal and everybody calling him a sellout now that he's on WWE Backstage. Hypocrites in the community, hypocrites everywhere. I don't understand it. He's a Fox employee. Don't know what is so difficult to comprehend there. Oh, he's a sellout. He's a Fox employee. He's not back with the WWE. You stupid idiot. Please, spare me the stupidity. It's contagious. Also, on part 2, our good friend Roman Reigns goes on Corey Graves' podcast and actually defends Seth Rollins from all the bad things that people are saying about him on social media. Aww. Our poor little Seth Rollins can't defend himself, so he's got to get Roman Reigns to fight his own battles. Give me a break. We go over that as well, plus all your latest Survivor Series news on Off the Script. If you guys missed any of that stuff, links will be down in the description of this very video. Also, follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram, so make sure you guys do that, goons. I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to show some extra support for the podcast and what I do right here on the channel, 7 days a week, or 6 days a week, I guess, with the new schedule, right? You guys enjoyed Off the Script on Friday instead of Saturday. Part 1, anyway, on Friday. Let me know what you think. Please, sound off in the comments below. But it would more than likely be 6 days a week. Make sure you guys go and check out all the other videos that you missed down in the description. Easy access and Patreon. That's where I was going with that. Patreon, if you guys want to show some extra support for the channel and the content on the channel, patreon.com/JD from NY206. I would thank you guys till the end of time for all the support that you guys do for me, because without you, I don't have a platform to talk pro wrestling, and I thank you guys for going out of your way and supporting me. Also, I got to shout out my newest sponsor today. Man, you're going to love these guys, and I hope you guys take advantage of this, man, because the holidays are coming up. And you guys need to take care of yourself. The podcast today is brought to you by my good friends over at Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Guys, this holiday season, they're saving balls. Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-belt grooming, and they offer precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Jingle balls to the walls, fellas. Listen to me right now. Untrimmed pubes are a thing of the past. It's time to gear up and get yourself the gift of shaving this holiday season. I'm talking about the Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0. Now, guys, have you ever gotten ready for a date and you know you're going to get a little something extra later on in the evening? You want that mood to be set, of course, right? Fancy restaurant, it's all booked. The car is cleaned and waxed. Your hair game is on point. You're dressed to impress like Ric Flair. brand new cologne, and your little goons are ready for action. Your balls look so clean, perfect, and ready that it puts Hulkamania to shame. Now imagine if your balls look like Mankind at the end of a boiler room brawl with The Undertaker at the end of your evening, your woman won't be screaming, "Oh, yes!" like Paul Bearer anytime soon. Believe me. That's why this revolutionary company, Manscaped, has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary advanced skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Don't tell Kevin Dunn, he might run off with your nuts. It's also waterproof, so you guys could use it in the shower. Now, the Lawnmower 2.0 comes inside their Perfect Package 2.0, which makes the perfect holiday gift this season. It's literally everything you need to keep trimmed, cut-free, and smelling nice down there. And you don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. I hope not. Please tell me that's not the case. It's just nasty. The Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0 also includes their Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits, well, at least I hope you do. Or at least my listeners, I hope you do. Why aren't you putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? And yes, your balls smell. Speaking of sweaty and stinky balls, I am thankful for their Crop Reviver. This product, along with the Crop Preserver, keep your balls from sweating, smelling, and sticking. And these products smell good. Their manly scent is attractive, and it will help set the mood, if you know what I mean. The Perfect Package will also come with a pair of Manscaped boxer briefs that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day. It's time to upgrade over those used pair of boxers to Manscaped's high-performance, anti-chafing boxer briefs. 'Tis the season to Manscape, so get yourself, your dad, your brother, and your friends the best gift of all, the Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0. Guys, listen to me and listen to me carefully. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code SCRIPT at manscaped.com. Your little goons will thank you later. 20% off, free shipping, code SCRIPT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Once again, that's code SCRIPT. Clean your nuts and make Santa Claus damn proud this year with manscaped.com. Mundane Night Raw. See what I did there? Yeah, how many of that went over your heads? Mundane Night Raw opened up tonight with Mrs. Becky Lynch. Mrs. Becky Lynch. You know, she's more over than, what's his face? Her fiance. Mr. Lynch. She's more over than him. You know, I guess we've kind of come to the realization that she's more over and more important and more valuable than he is, right? I mean, look at this guy. How could you go out there and support this guy? Oh, JD, you're really going in on Seth Rollins a little bit too much, man. I mean, look at this guy. This guy is married to the face of this, or going to be, engaged to the face of this company. You don't think he deserves just a little blowback? Seriously? I gotta get my cheap shots in now, because eventually, if they're smart, they're gonna turn this clown heel. Because that's the only way to save this guy. Now, Becky Lynch opened the show, and she comes out, and she says she doesn't give a bullocks about their brand supremacy. Because she's talking about Smackdown and NXT. She offered to end this tonight, and what better place for an Irish person to fight than right here in Boston. You know, I heard that they have some good Guinness over in Boston. I would know. And then she wants to end this tonight. What exactly does she want to end tonight? I wish this show would end tonight. Everybody would be a lot happier. And then we could all go out in Boston and get some fucking Guinness. Instead, out came the, what does this say? I can't read this. Oh, the IIconics. Oh my God. And then I put in parentheses, the moronics. There you go. I got a little bit of an eye problem here tonight. The iPad screen is a little bit too bright. I can't see. Man, you really want me to shut Monday Night Raw off in record time tonight? 5 minutes. All one has to see is Billy Kay and Peyton Royce show up on their TV screaming like banshees. It's a quick way to get someone to change your channel, bro. Seriously. You just got a 1.75 rating in the third hour. Do you want to accumulate that in the first hour? Put the IIconics on TV. So out come these two irrelevant, garbage performers, and they said it was a terrible oversight that they weren't added to the Women's Raw Survivor Series team. Oh my God, let me go get the flyer that was in my mailbox. I thought I seen 2 for $4 box of Kleenex at CVS. Would you like one? Because I don't need them. Apparently you're doing too much crying there for me, Miss Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. An oversight? What oversight is there? Let me think. We add you to the team, and the team has a better chance of losing. You're off the team and off the pay-per-view. All of that is a recipe for the show being better. How many of the moronics fan base, or the bots, whatever the fuck they are, Billy K 67875432210, blow me, is gonna come after me tonight? Told you I felt better, man. Shout out to Green Tea. Hashtag down below, Green Tea. There you go. Anyway. So they said it was an oversight. Then they entered the ring, which I wish they didn't, because then they gave me a mini stroke, because I thought we would see them wrestle tonight. They said they were the future. Future of what? Future endeavored? I think that's what they were talking about. The future of what? Future of catering? You know, Titus needs some female executive chefs in the back, I heard. You know? Anyway, Becky interrupted. She said she knows she's supposed to team with Charlotte tonight. Oh man, they really want me to change the channel. But a better idea is fighting both of these two clowns instead. So, out comes Charlotte Flair. Why? Why do we need to see Charlotte Flair? I don't know. Charlotte walked out wearing her robe and in her wrestling attire. She said, if Bex wants them all to herself, she understands because she doesn't want to tag with Charlotte, or she doesn't want to tag with Becky either. So they're going back and forth about not wanting to tag with one another. Apparently Becky said that they're attached at the hip. Charlotte comes out and says that she don't want to tag with Becky either. I don't want to see you tag either. Can I throw my name into the fucking hat? I don't want to see anything having to do with Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Why? Why do we see these two women on every single show, never separated from one another? She said, however, the forces want them to team together. She said Becky can't be the only person talking about the women's tag team match at Survivor Series. She said she will be leading the way for her team on Sunday. She then asked if it was okay with Becky if she enters the ring. So Samoa Joe's music played, and I really didn't know why at this point. Fans were chanting Joe, Joe, Joe. I miss Samoa Joe. I think he's fucking great. And he came out wearing a visible thumb cast. I don't know if he had surgery on the thumb or not. It is known that he has a thumb issue. He is supposed to come back in December. I hope that's the case. And then we went to commercial break. So when we got back from commercial break, we got one good thing and one bad thing. One good thing was Samoa Joe is now on commentary for the rest of the evening. Can we get Samoa Joe in replacement of Jerry the King Lawler? That's all I'm going to say. Samoa Joe did a fucking phenomenal job on commentary tonight. One has to ask where Dio Madden is. I am foolishly saying to a couple of my friends who ask where Dio Madden is, well, I want to give WWE the benefit of the doubt. I guess he's still selling the brutal attack from Brock Lesnar. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think Dio Madden was axed by Vince McMahon. Now, don't take this to the bank, but one has to assume that Vince McMahon plucked Dio Madden from the Raw commentary team because of whatever reason. They need a number one guy. That's Vic Joseph. They're not going to cut him, right? Everybody loves Jerry the King Lawler. They're not going to cut him. Vince McMahon personally put him there. So who are they going to cut? The guy that Paul Heyman wanted to give a shot to, oh, poor old Dio Madden. So there you go. So the bad thing that we get, before I forget, is the moronics against Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Why this was needed, I don't know. This match went 2 minutes. Becky stopped Royce from making the save here with a Bexploder. Making the save, meaning that the figure 8 was applied on Billie Kay. And Billie Kay ended up tapping out. There you go. 2 minutes, too much for the IIconics. Back to catering you go, you worthless fucking cretins. So, after the match, Becky and Charlotte left the ring. They're walking up the ramp, and everything is cordial. Marina Shafir, Jessamine Duke, and Shayna Baszler from NXT attacked the IIconics, and it brought a smile to my face. Becky and Flair obviously turned around to see this happening in the ring. They ran right down to the ring to try and make the save, but Baszler took Becky down with a kick to the face, and Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke left Charlotte Flair oozing batteries and liquid in the corner for whatever reason, and then goodbye. That was it. Joe made a statement and said that NXT just made this huge statement loud and clear. Becky and Charlotte then tried to chase down all three of these women in the crowd. Security blocked them, and then one of these goons who tried to stop Becky Lynch got in her face, and she closed up her fist and punched this guy square in the face, and they showed a replay of it over and over and over again, which makes Becky Lynch look like a rule breaker and a badass, but this guy just got knocked the fuck out by Becky Lynch. So, everybody shit on him, I guess. More of the same build here, nothing more, nothing less. We've been seeing Shayna Baszler with the same attack over and over and over again. The only difference is she finally brought Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke with her. So there you go. I hope Charlotte's batteries can be repaired by the end of the evening. By the way, before I move on, I want to make a mention of Becky and Charlotte teaming. Now, for all the unintelligent fucking cretins out there on social media who might not have a clue as to what's going on, Becky Lynch is the Raw Women's Champion. She deserves to be in a program all by herself. Now, clearly, with Asuka, they are planning something, I hope, one-on-one. But it looks like we might be getting a tag team title match between the Kabuki Warriors and this duo of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Now, why is that? Why is Charlotte attached to the hip with Becky Lynch in this Raw Women's Tag Team Championship, Raw Women's Championship scenario? Why? Well, number one, WWE cannot bear to see or stand the sight of Charlotte out of a major program, so they need to weave their blonde goddess, their blonde queen, into the title picture. They need to have her in the vicinity of the Raw Women's Championship. And with all of this going down, and the tag team titles possibly changing hands and Becky becoming Becky Two Belts again, you know, Bayley is the only woman, I believe, or the only woman, I believe, to have the Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. So Charlotte obviously is now a step behind Bayley, so WWE is actively pursuing this accolade for Charlotte so that Charlotte could take over yet another asterisk in the record books. That's all they're doing it for. This is WWE's fault. This is WWE's fault that they're pairing Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, where Becky should be all by herself. This is their fault because they haven't built up a credible women's division. They have nobody. Now, if they pluck 2 or 3 women from NXT and put them on Monday Night Raw, or even 4 women, pull 4 women from NXT, 2 on Raw and 2 on SmackDown, things would be a lot better. Charlotte doesn't need to be mingling around championship scenarios or hanging out with the champion or hanging out with Becky Lynch because they have a storied history and a storied rivalry together. It's so fucking forced. It doesn't even feel natural at all. Charlotte doesn't need to hang around. Why doesn't she go and do her own thing fight and wrestle and show me that you're the best women's wrestler on the planet and earn a fucking title shot. But then she'll go on social media or she'll have a fucking interview conducted. Everything I do regarding my championships is setting up for a bigger story. What's the bigger story? What's the bigger story? You adding another fucking accolade to your record so that now you can boast even more so that you're the greatest of all time? What is this benefiting? Who is this benefiting? There's no story in the women's division. You seem completely out of place. They have nothing for you to do, so they pair you with Becky Lynch because nothing else is fucking logical or makes sense at this point. And they'd rather you do that than have you roam around the division that's non-existent, just standing around waiting. Whose fault is that? It's WWE's fault. They got no fucking division to build around to give this woman any competition. They need a complete overhaul of the women's division. After Asuka, what happens? When Becky eventually beats Asuka, what is going to happen? Who's going to be there for Charlotte? Oh, it's going to be Becky Lynch. And then they're going to win the tag team titles, and then WWE has no fucking creativity. They give you the tag team titles to Becky and Charlotte, and they'll have the tag team champions feuding over the championships. That's where they're going with this. That's exactly where they're going with this. And it's sad. It really is sad. So, Charlie Caruso interviewed Zack Ryder and Curt Hawkins. They were about to get their tag team title match tonight. Ryder said this kind of opportunity doesn't happen to them often, and their careers have prepared them for tonight. A career of losing prepared you for tonight. Awesome. Hawkins was interrupted by the AOP. They got in their faces, and then they were laid out after a brutal attack by the AOP. Now, I don't really know why Ryder and Hawkins were given this tag team title match. They were given a match in Germany, number one contenders match that nobody even seen. I don't even know who the fuck they beat. And here we are on Monday Night Raw with them back in the States, and I am to believe they are the number one contenders for the tag team championships. Why? And who could possibly even fucking care? One iota. That Zack Ryder and Curt Hawkins are the number one contenders for the tag team titles. It's ridiculous. Then you got AOP interjecting themselves in this thing. So the match was fucking thrown out. So whatever you had expressed on social media, whatever you had promised these guys, went right out the window. Thank you for wasting my time. Nobody cared to begin with. So this was a complete waste for everybody. Now the AOP, they got in Zack Ryder and Curt Hawkins' face. I don't know. I've been on this Breaking Bad kick for a little bit. I looked at AOP in this situation, and they look like two hitmen. Now, I've been watching Breaking Bad, and I've been watching, I think I'm through season 3 so far. I'm in the middle of season 3. And Walter is being hunted down by Tuco's cousins. I looked at these guys, and I'm like, man, they reminded me of Tuco's cousins without the machetes and the axes, you know? So if they got this hitman type gimmick going on, I think it'll be great. They play the part. They look great. Let's get them in the ring and get them in the ring against the War Raiders. I think that would be a great tag team title feud, but I hope people actually show up to care enough to give this tag team title division some much needed momentum. The OC came to the ring. Styles said he'd gladly defend his U.S. title against Humberto Carrillo, but Carrillo disrespected him last week, and when you disrespect one member of the OC, you disrespect all of them. So therefore, Carl Anderson is going to face Humberto tonight. Oh joy. Oh joy. I get to see Dimples against Carl Anderson. This one went 10 minutes, so obviously you got a 3-on-1 advantage here with the OC being on the outside. It was Gallows and Styles on the outside. Street Profits music played, and they came out to stand in Humberto's corner. So the match is ongoing. The Profits are there now to back up Carrillo. And I'm surprised at this point that they did not turn this into a 6-man tag, because the OC has just been given 6-man tags over and over and over again. They're like Sasha Banks, Bayley, and the Mystery fucking Partners against the Riot Squad of 2018. So Anderson had Carrillo in a headlock. Carrillo made a comeback. Seemed to have Anderson down for a top rope moonsault when Styles leapt onto the apron. With the ref distracted, Gallows snapped Carrillo's neck over the top rope. Always a good thing to see. Anderson rolled up Carrillo. Montez Ford on the outside reversed the roll-up. So instead of Anderson pinning Carrillo, it went to Carrillo pinning Anderson in the roll-up due to the assist by Montez Ford. And then Angelo Dawkins runs over to the other side of the ring and holds down Mr. Luke Gallows. So there you go. It was the assist win for Humberto Carrillo, with the OC being distracted by the Street Profits on the outside. That's all that was. So Carrillo pinned Carl Anderson. I don't know what this is going to mean for Humberto, but by the end of the night, you will all find out that Carrillo is indeed going to get another shot at the United States Championship. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. He's got a 1-6 record and getting a United States Championship match. Great. Great. Charlie Caruso interviewed this man right here. Clownlands. Caruso interviewed Seth. And when she introduced him, the crowd gave him obvious boos in Boston, Massachusetts. Good. He deserves every bit of it. Can't fuck up the crowd reaction tonight there, Vince. You can't alter the crowd reaction. So Seth is going to get the boos that he should have got last week in Manchester. So she said that he had some ups and downs in the past few months. More downs than ups, of course. So why did he accept Andrade's offer to put his place in the Survivor Series as team captain on the line? So Seth asked, did he really have an option? Yeah, dummy. Say no. Said a real leader wouldn't back down from a challenge. So we certainly won't start tonight or right here in Boston, Massachusetts. Give me a break. How the mighty have fallen, ladies and gentlemen. So then he goes on to compare himself to Tom Brady. He says it's been so good for so long, half the world wants to see him fail. Or he's been so good for so long, the world wants to see him fail. Sound familiar? I am a leader, and I lead by example. Is this man, honestly, comparing himself to Tom Brady, someone who's won real championships and is a beloved fucking individual amongst this crowd? Are you really throwing Tom Brady's name out there now in Boston of all fucking places to get cheap pops? I mean, this is what this man has lowered himself to? This is the lower doldrums of Seth Rollins' current WWE run in 2019. He is so hated and so unwanted that he's in a major market and he's got to resort to name dropping not only the city, but fucking Tom Brady in Boston, Massachusetts for any type of positive reaction amongst this audience. I mean, I don't know what that means to you people, but from what I see and from what I heard, that sounds pathetic. That is downright pathetic. Oh, why are you going in on Seth Rollins? Because the guy is a fucking clown. He's a clown. This guy needs an obvious heel turn. And if they don't turn this guy heel, this is going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. And Survivor Series is in Chicago. Let me see him escape the fucking Chicago people in that arena, sold out in Chicago. Let me see him fucking escape that hatred that is, I am sure, awaiting him on Sunday night. Can't wait to see it. He then complimented Andrade. He said he respects everything he has done. What has he done? Please, I'd love to know what Andrade has done. He's beaten Sin Cara. Oh, that's right. Sin Cara, yeah, that's great. So I'm supposed to respect that he's beaten Andrade. Andrade's beaten Sin Cara. What else has he done? Can you name me any championships that this guy should have won but hasn't yet? Can you name me a feud that this guy has been in that hasn't resulted in Zelina Vega helping him win? Has he gotten a victory all on his own that I could sit here and say, man, that was a great Andrade match. That was a great Andrade feud. I can't. So exactly what has he done on the main roster that I should be impressed with? You have to go back down to NXT to be impressed by anything Andrade has done. Hasn't happened on Smackdown. It hasn't happened and will not happen on Monday Night Raw. So he said he's going to burn it down. And then Charlie Caruso says that she has breaking news coming up that you have to see to believe. Now, one of two things here. One, Seth Rollins obviously has to utter burn it down. The only thing he's burning down is the fucking rating on Monday night. And number two, the t-shirt that he was wearing, I don't know if this is an official WWE shop design. I would not be surprised by the simplicity of it. I swear to fucking God, it's as if it was drawn up and created by a 5-year-old with a Sharpie marker right before he took center stage on this interview. I mean, what the fuck was that? I mean, the t-shirt and Seth Rollins' push go hand in hand. Garbage. Oh, great. Bobby Lashley and Lana come to the ring. Where's the remote? Where's the remote? Where's the fucking box, honey? Come on. Gotta change the fucking channel. I'm sure Guy Fieri's in some fucking hick town enjoying some diners, drive-ins, and dives. Please. You know? Let's take a trip to fucking Flavortown, USA. There's Lana and fucking Rusev are on TV. So, Joe is on commentary. He's doing a phenomenal job on Monday Night Raw. Said Rusev has to ask himself whether the prize is worth the pain, because there's nothing more humiliating for a man than to lose your woman to another man, especially someone like Lashley. Now, Bobby Lashley is a walking charisma vacuum. He is a human trash can. The guy sucks. So, I don't see why Rusev would be jealous in that department. And it's humiliating for us fans to watch this garbage. And is it worth the pain? Well, clearly to Rusev, he's gone on media blitzes and media tours, expressing how this is the best storyline in years on WWE television. I don't know whether he's fucking stupid or fucking stupid. Like I told you, you got the fucking... This could be a Survivor Series team in itself. Team Cuck. Rusev, Rollins, and Mike Kanellis. Only thing is, I don't know who the fuck would be the captain. We could get Rusev, we could get Rollins, we could get fucking Kanellis, and then we could get that big dog mascot to team with them. All 4 fucking cucks. There you go. So, Lana said that she filed for divorce earlier this morning, and this is the happiest day of her life. Great. The happiest day of my life involves a day without Monday Night Raw. There you go. Fans chanted Rusev Day. She has some bad news on Rusev Day. She said the fans won't be seeing her soon-to-be ex-husband. Oh. I'm so heartbroken. Lana showed off on the Titantron divorce papers. Now we've seen Miroslav. I'm gonna butcher this, so I apologize in advance. Miroslav Barniashiv, known professionally as Rusev, had the case number blocked off and some other things blocked off that you could not see. It looked, I guess, official. At first glance, it looked typed up on fucking Microsoft Word. I don't know if it was official or not. Or WWE went to the lengths to get something officially doctored to make this storyline seem a little bit more legit. Who gives a shit at this point? She said the restraining order prohibits Rusev from coming within 90 miles of her. So, I really wasn't paying attention at this point, and all of a sudden I see Lashley whispering something to her. She laughed, and apparently she made a blunder here on live television. She laughed and said, apparently it's 90 feet. Oh, I get so flustered when Bobby Lashley's around me. Love is in the air. Or some shit like that. Restraining order that prohibits Rusev from coming within 90 miles. Can we get a restraining order for Monday Night Raw in the name of Vince McMahon? Because this show desperately needs Vince McMahon to be 90 fucking miles away from it. Not 90, 900, 9,000 miles away from Monday Night Raw. That's what we need. We don't need one for Rusev. We need one for Raw in the name of Vince McMahon. Lana says they want Rusev out of their lives forever because she and Bobby want to be together forever. Oh, what a love story of epic proportions. Oh my God, let me get my handkerchief. Start crying over this fucking god-awful storyline. Trash. And somewhere, someone in WWE is laughing that this is good television. I really don't get it. I don't understand why. You know, this actually made the show worse. Every time Lana comes on TV, it is now mute-worthy. So I hope that you're happy, Miss Lana. So we get Bobby Lashley in the ring with No Way Jose. Who asked for this match? I don't know. Maybe No Way Jose had the night off from fucking conga dancing. I don't know. 1 minute. Lashley won via submission. Why is this on my TV? Why? Unreal. I don't even know what else to say about it. Why? Did No Way Jose fucking pull his name out of a hat? Who's going to show up on Monday Night Raw? Oh, look at this. I got a fucking spot on the show tonight. There you go. 1 minute? Oh, yeah, that's great. Titus's bacon pies tonight. I could go right back and they'll be coming right out of the oven. Fucking 1 minute too long and 10 minutes of a complete segment wasted on this show. Fucking ridiculous. Garbage. If I was a pro wrestling creative writer and my name was stamped to this shit, I'd feel fucking ashamed. I'd feel embarrassed for myself. I'd quit. I'd quit creative writing. Seth Rollins versus Andrade with Zelina Vega. There you go. Finally, after all this time, we got something good on this goddamn show. Only took a goddamn hour. Seth Rollins and Andrade had a great match. This was awesome. Awesome. And I don't say that about Seth all that often lately, but this was great. I love when Seth is on. Andrade is one of my favorites on the entire roster. They're booking him miserably at this point, but this was great. So, Seth hit a springboard flying knee for a near fall. Andrade avoided the stomp. Seth should stomp himself, to be honest with you. Seth then went for a buckle bomb. Andrade countered with a head scissors into the corner. He sends Rollins face first into the corner. Rollins turns around. He's laying on the ground. Andrade delivers the Meteora in the corner. Seth powered Andrade up for a buckle bomb. He landed a super kick for a near fall. Andrade grabbed the bottom rope to stop the ref's count before 3. So Andrade came back with 3 unreleased snap suplexes. The Eddie Guerrero, 3 Amigos. He actually hit it. So when Andrade climbed to the top rope, Seth met him up there. Andrade shoved him down. Now, this was supposed to be a Super Falcon Arrow. No question this was supposed to be the Super Falcon Arrow, but there was a back and forth up top. I don't know if Seth slipped. I don't know if he slipped and Andrade couldn't hold him in position. But whatever they did here, they played off like 2 true professionals. It looked great, even though I know what was to be expected, and they had to switch it up, had to call an audible, and whatever they did looked fucking fluid and crisp, as if they didn't even make a mistake. So this was awesome. So he went up top for the Falcon's Arrow, and Andrade shoved him down. Seth dropped into position, hanging off the top ropes, and Andrade went for the double stomp, but Seth avoided it. Then he springboarded back up at Andrade. Andrade ducked. Seth super kicked him, then landed a regular Falcon's Arrow for a near fall. And Seth then climbed up to the top rope, and then out of nowhere, I don't know if he was going for a frog splash. I don't know what he was planning for on Andrade. Out of nowhere, when Seth climbed the corner, or the turnbuckle in the corner, the Lucha House Party come out and attack Seth Rollins. And then Samoa Joe was laughing on commentary. They were all wearing shirts that said Smackdown on the front and Fox on the back, because they are Fox Smackdown employees. So Andrade was in the ring. As the Lucha House Party entered the ring, they were all surrounding Andrade, and Andrade shook his head like, what the fuck is going on? You know? Andrade went after them with a forearm, And they all cost Andrade a chance to be team captain on Monday Night Raw. So as they were attacking Andrade, Seth made the save and then told Andrade that he's not half bad. Oh, no shit. Where the fuck have you been? He's not half bad. And then he uttered that they will do it again down the road real soon. Now, I don't understand this. I really don't. Two things here. Number one, if you have thwarted off the Lucha House Party and you're uttering these words, oh, you're not half bad. We'll do this again sometime soon, right? And then Seth, moments before this match happened, oh, I'm a fighter. What else am I going to do? Andrade challenged me, and my position as team captain on Smackdown. Obviously, I'm going to go out there fighting for what I believe in, right? Then he sees this shit happen, and then he's talking to Andrade, yeah, we'll do it again. Champ, what happened to moments ago before you took the ring? Saying that, what else am I going to do, right? Don't you have it in your mind or the wherewithal to maybe look at Andrade and look at the referee and ask them to restart the fucking match? I don't get that. This guy wants to talk a big game. Rollins wants to talk a big game, but then he's standing in the ring after this fucking bullshit DQ finish with the goddamn Lucha House Party, the Lucha Scrub Party coming out here, and then doesn't even offer to restart the match to fight what he bragged about 15 minutes before he took the fucking match with Andrade. What, am I losing my fucking mind? You're some champion, some leader you are, Seth. Fucking clown. Pretty much just shit all over what you just said. Number two, I don't understand why this match was even necessary on this show. Seth and Andrade. Yeah, we got a great match. Oh, why don't you just sit there and be satisfied with what they were giving you, man? It was a great match. It was a great fucking match. Okay, this guy's gonna deliver a great match any day of the fucking week. But why was it necessary? Did it need to happen? The answer is no. The answer is no, it did not need to happen. Now, WWE booked themselves in the corner here. You do realize that Seth is the team captain for Raw at the Survivor Series. He can't look like a loser going into Survivor Series. What would it look like if your leader is losing going into Survivor Series? Can't have that happen. Then you got Andrade, who's honestly undefeated on Monday Night Raw since he got drafted to Monday Night Raw. Can't have him lose. Can't have him go in there and lose, right? You're building momentum for him. You got some big plans for him. Can't have him lose. If this was the end result, for DQ, why even bother booking the fucking match? Couldn't you give Andrade a fucking victory over somebody else? Book him against somebody else. Book him against Cedric. Who fucking cares about Cedric Alexander? He's fucking a lost cause on this show. Book him against Akira Tozawa, right? I don't get it. Give Seth Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy can handle a fucking loss. Have him put Buddy Murphy over. If Buddy Murphy delivered the match with Seth Rollins that Andrade did, I mean, it would be a great showcase and just build from there. They don't have as much built in with Buddy Murphy than, you know, compared to Andrade or anybody. Why does Seth Rollins even need to fight before the Survivor Series? Why does he need to be in the ring fighting? Can't you just cut a fucking promo? Something that doesn't sound so cringe about Survivor Series and how you're going to lead the team to victory at Survivor Series? Why do you need to waste this match if the outcome was going to be an interference by the Lucha fucking House Party? At the end of the match, everybody was like, what a waste of 17 minutes, or whatever the fuck they went tonight. So ridiculous. But I don't get it. Rollins wants to be such a leader, then he doesn't ask the referee and Andrade if you want to continue the match. You know how ridiculous that looks? Yeah, we'll do it again. When is it going to happen again? Who the fuck's going to care when it happens again? What's going to be on the line then? Nothing. Fucking stupid, man. Like I told you, logic holes. Buddy Murphy was backstage. He knocked on Aleister Black's door. He said he was there to pick a fight with Aleister Black. Then nobody answered. This guy's out here every fucking week asking for someone to pick a fight with him. At first fucking knock, that door should have been open. So he knocks, does Buddy Murphy. Nobody answers. He walks away. Buddy Murphy walks away and says, all talk, just like I suspected. So Buddy Murphy walks down the hallway, he walks into his locker room, and then Aleister Black comes looking around, comes out of the locker room, out of the closet, wherever the fuck he's in, right? And he's looking around. Where? Who? What? Like a dummy. This guy's sitting in that fucking room every single week looking for a fight. Someone knocks on his door and he's not readily available to answer that door? Bro, you gotta invest in a fucking doorbell. Please. Ring the doorbell. Ridiculous. Akira Tozawa versus Buddy Murphy. This was actually very good for the time that they were given. 7 minutes. Buddy Murphy wins with Murphy's Law. Crowd was into this. Good thing. I mean, it is Boston. It is a major city. If they weren't into it, I'd be fucking sad. And it would be worrisome. But they were into this. And this was great. This was Akira Tozawa's first match on Raw since Raw 25. That is unbelievable. Nobody in WWE respects any of these 205 Live guys. None. None at all. Don't even know why they moved Tozawa to Monday Night Raw if they're not going to use him. This is it. This is the ceiling for these guys. You know, Akira Tozawa, Sin Cara. That's the ceiling for them. So, he put on a great match with Buddy Murphy. Crowd was into it. Tozawa connected with a flying headbutt through the ropes to the floor. Before that, he tried that move once before, did Akira Tozawa. He flew through the ropes with the flying headbutt, but Buddy Murphy caught him through the ropes in a suicide dive and gave him a brainbuster on the outside. Looked great. So the second time he tried that, he actually connected with the flying headbutt through the ropes. He went up to the top rope, leapt off with a senton to Buddy Murphy's back while he was hanging through the middle rope. And Tozawa looked to be slipping on the top rope to a point where he actually stopped what he was doing because he was slipping on the top rope. He couldn't get his footing on the top rope. Don't know if that was actually part of the match or if that was something that Tozawa was actually struggling with tonight. Looked like he was actually struggling with getting his gripping on the top rope. So after the senton through the middle rope, or after the senton while Murphy was hanging off the middle rope, there was some strikes by Tozawa, and all of a sudden Murphy landed Murphy's Law, his finishing move, for the quick win. This was very good. Buddy Murphy continues his momentum, but after the match, Murphy headed backstage, and he was yelling for Black again, and this time, Aleister Black showed face. He stepped out of the locker room, and they had a very cool stare down. That, I pray to God that's not on the goddamn pre-show for Survivor Series. Save it for Raw. Save it. It's the same crowd. It's going to be the same city. It's going to be the same goddamn venue. Save it for Raw. Do not put these guys on the pre-show. I'm telling you right now, do not put these guys on the pre-show. Buddy Murphy. What I tell you about Buddy Murphy? You could have put him in the match with fucking Seth Rollins, right? Could have did the same goddamn thing. Because he's only going to get a loss anyway if they put him in a feud with Aleister Black or a match with Aleister Black. So what's the point? What's the point? Could have given Andrade a win tonight. You could have given Seth Rollins a win tonight before Survivor Series. I don't know why you have to pair these guys together that you know is going to be a wash as far as the outcome goes. Now you're only giving Buddy Murphy a win over Akira Tozawa to get him ready and feed him to Aleister Black. So what's the fucking point? What is the point? Eric Rowan. He went one-on-one with Alex Malcolm. He had that fucking cage with him. I don't know what's in it. Maybe some charisma is in it. I don't know. Maybe the missing part of Eric Rowan's act, the all-important charisma, is in the fucking cage. Maybe it's Vince McMahon's fucking balls. Because obviously, they're lost somewhere. I can't watch these shows anymore, man. They're written for fucking 6-year-olds. Maybe we get the big dog's fucking little Scrappy Duke friend coming out on Friday night. Rowan wins in 1 minute. Now, I don't understand why they're putting Rowan in, this role. Nobody gives a shit about him. Why you broke him up from Luke Harper is just a mystery to me. So, the Singh brothers come out, and they run around the ring. You got the Singh brothers running around the ring. You got a fucking referee running around the ring. You got R-Truth running around the ring. So, Rowan gave the Singh brothers and his opponent, Alex Malcolm, a crossbody, A running crossbody on the outside. He threw Malcolm back into the ring. He gave him the claw. And that was it. So R-Truth, seeing Eric Rowan deliver this running crossbody to the Singh brothers, you figured he'd go pin one of them for the 24/7 title. You know what he does? He runs to the fucking back, and we never see him or them or the title for the rest of the night. It's amazing to me. I don't understand. We've come to the conclusion that these people are fucking half-witted idiots. But someone in this company still finds this to be A, entertaining, and B, funny. I mean, I don't get why we're still doing the 24/7 title shit on Monday Night Raw. Get rid of it. What purpose does it serve? What? It makes the show worse. It's fucking embarrassing to watch. I don't care, and neither does anybody else. You put it in a fucking segment with Eric Rowan. That says all I need to know. Get rid of it. It's not funny anymore. I don't hear those people that are all about the 24/7 title anymore. Everybody was like, oh my God, it's differentiating itself from the rest of the show. It's bringing some entertainment value. They haven't given you a fresh new idea with the 24/7 title in about 7 months now. Dead. Get rid of it. Randy Orton was backstage. We got Randy Orton being interviewed by Charlie Caruso. She asked if he can put his personal issues aside long enough to work as a good teammate on Sunday. Orton said for 18 years it's been proven he doesn't play well with others. Yeah, he didn't play well with Tony Khan today on social media either. We'll talk about that tomorrow on the podcast on Off The Script Elite. It's been proven he doesn't play well with others unless it benefits himself. He said he's the greatest superstar in the history of Survivor Series. He said if the Viking Raiders are looking for a fight, he'll be in the ring later, ready for a fight with a partner of his choosing that will benefit him. Who was it going to be? Who was it going to be? I wonder, who did Randy Orton stare down at the end of Monday Night Raw last week? Oh, it was Ricochet. Yeah, it's probably going to be Ricochet. So, what a surprise. What a cliffhanger to end Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre. This was easily the best thing on the entire show. Easily the best thing on the entire show. Why Kevin Owens is not the face of this brand, I don't know. So, let's fast forward through this thing. So, Kevin Owens caught Drew with a mid-ring stunner after a series of counters. They were both down. They were both slow to get up. Drew put his foot on the bottom rope before a 3 count after the stunner. Drew countered a super kick and hit a beautiful DDT for a near fall. Fans were actually chanting this was awesome. The crowd was easily invested into this thing more so than anything else on the night. So Drew climbed up to the top rope. He leapt. He landed on his feet. Kevin Owens avoided him, hit a stunner. As Kevin Owens rolled over towards Drew, Triple H came out. His music hits. Kevin Owens decided not to make the cover because, I don't know, I guess everybody goes full retard when someone's theme music hits. Oh, I got a match going on and I just hit my finishing move on this guy here, but this guy's coming down the aisle now. Let me pay attention to him. Dumb babyface retardation. That's all it is. I don't understand it. You got Drew McIntyre beat in the middle of the ring. Yeah, let me fuck this guy. Let me ignore him. You know, he's dead. I got him beat. Let me look at what Triple H got to say. I mean, how does that make any sense? Why does that make any sense to me? Or why should it make any sense to me? So Triple H is there. He gets in the ring. We go to commercial break. Triple H comes out. We're back from commercial break. Drew McIntyre vanished. Like Chris Angel just fucking made him disappear. Where the fuck did he go? I'm asking myself, weren't we in the middle of a fucking match? And now Triple H comes out wielding a microphone. Oh, there goes the match. Goodbye, logic. I mean, what am I watching here? I'm watching a great match between Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, and it's just miraculously stopped because Kevin Owens needs to have a sit-down talk with Triple H? What am I watching here? I don't know how anybody Nobody justifies this shit. How does this make any sense? Triple H is in the ring. Now, before we even get to what Triple H said, Kevin Owens and the reaction that he gets is something that needs to be the number one man on this show. He needs to be the face of Monday Night Raw. I don't know how it needs to happen. I don't know what they got to do to get it done. Get it done. The guy gets genuine fucking reaction. The fans want to see more KO. They don't want Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens needs to be sitting at the head of the table. Seth Rollins needs to be demoted to the fucking kiddie table. Give him his microwavable meal with his fucking dino chicken nuggets, a little serving of macaroni and cheese, a little box of apple juice, and that fucking frozen brownie that comes in said microwavable meal. Sit him at the fucking kiddie table where he belongs. He's done. He's done. And they give him his fucking crayons and his coloring book and send him to his fucking room, have him go to sleep at 7 p.m., tuck him in, read him a bedtime story, and leave the little nightlight on. Kevin Owens has got to be the face of this show. I don't know how you get it done. I don't know who you gotta have him go through to get it done. Get it done. And while Seth Rollins is in fucking punishment, right? Have him turn heel. That's the only way you gotta do it. Flip-flop. Flip-flop. Owens gotta be the babyface, number one man on this show, and Rollins gotta be the heel. Have this fucking prick dye a blonde streak down his hair, you know, get the blonde streak going again, and give me prick Seth Rollins. That's the only way this guy's going to be saved on this show. Now, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, he was hurt. He gave you great matches against Ricochet. He gave you great matches against Cedric Alexander. He gave you great matches against Kevin Owens. And the guy has been, if you want someone who has been consistently great on this brand, and in that ring, it's been Drew McIntyre. Now, this guy's been consistently great for far too long. Now, I don't know what they got to do to get this guy where he needs to be, but this guy is giving you world championship caliber matches with world championship caliber opponents. And the guy has not had a world championship reign yet. That has to change. Drew McIntyre needs to be a world champion. He needs to be a top-level heel world champion. How that has not happened with this guy's body of work yet is downright fucking criminal. It is insane how good he is. And he has absolutely nothing to show for it. That needs to change immediately. I'm tired of watching this guy bust his ass and give us consistently great matches and have zero to show for it. Change it. Triple H is in the ring. He asked for some water, which I'm about to do right now. My voice is still holding up, which is a good thing. So we had several NXT wrestlers on the outside. We had the Forgotten Sons, which I'm sure you don't know who they are, which obviously plays up to their names because they're always forgotten. Dominic Dijakovic and Damian Priest are out there. He offered the water to Kevin Owens. He said it was a hell of a match that he just randomly stopped for no reason. He said he always loved Boston and talked about training with Killer Kowalski just right down the road. He beat me until I was tough enough to take on the world, Triple H said. He told KO that tonight they had a chance to make some magic. He said he has a soft spot for Seth, and Siri is going off. Siri, please shut up. God, I fucking hate these Apple products. They just go into their own modes, mind of their own. So, he has a soft spot for Seth because of his passion. You're different, he says to Kevin Owens. You're a different breed. You are the guy that when I brought you to NXT, you would turn on your own best friend to win the NXT Championship. He then went on to say he had the guts to walk up to John Cena and with that NXT title, pick a fight with John Cena. He said before the night was over, Cena left in an ambulance. He said maybe, more than anybody, you put NXT on the map and legitimized NXT more so than anybody else. Kevin Owens was obviously listening, and I'm sure he admired everything that Triple H was saying. He said he was taken by people, talking about Kevin Owens. He said Kevin Owens was taken by people who didn't know they didn't want him until they got him because he did not fit the mold. He said Kurt Angle fired him, Shane McMahon fired him, telling him over and over that he doesn't belong here. He said he knows where he does belong. He said he sees it in him when he looks in his eyes. He said he sees everything he says he is. One of the smartest ring IQs he's ever seen. And a guy who is every bit as good as he thinks he says he is. I see a guy who doesn't fit the damn mold, and I love it. This was all a work shoot, folks. This was all approved by the fucking old man. But everything that Triple H is saying here is obviously and most definitely a shoot. Everything that was said about Kevin Owens in this fucking promo was a legit fucking shoot. Hid behind a worked fucking Monday Night Raw program to fit the Survivor Series build. This was great. Everything that he said about Kevin Owens is legitimately true. So the other Raw wrestlers don't give a damn about him, whereas those NXT wrestlers on stage are there just to make sure he can say what he has to say. Said the Raw wrestlers are also not out there because they know the NXT wrestlers would hand them their asses. Said the A brand is NXT. Several red-shirted Monday Night Raw wrestlers ran out, attacked the NXT wrestlers at this point. Cedric, Mojo, Buddy Murphy was there. The Undisputed Era then came into the ring and attacked Kevin Owens. Cole and Triple H at this point were arguing, giving the impression that Triple H didn't know that they were about to attack. Now, more wrestlers came down. The OC came down and they ran out to the ring to go after the Undisputed Era. And Triple H was just leaving the ringside area. He walked right up the ramp while the Undisputed Era ran into the crowd and away from the OC. And that's the way everything went down in this segment. Now, I don't know what this means. Looking at this after the fact, it makes even less sense that the match between Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens got scrapped for this. All because Triple H was obviously luring Kevin Owens to either turn on his team and join NXT or just join NXT in general. It makes the outcome of the match that much more fucking stupid because the Undisputed Era just attacked Kevin Owens for no reason. And this was nothing more than a waste. Now, I hope this is not a waste. Triple H has done this not once but twice. Someone is joining NXT. Someone is either joining NXT. It's either Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens. And if I had to take a pick, it's not going to be Seth Rollins because I don't see Daddy Vince going over there or Grandpa Vince saying, well, send Seth Rollins back down to NXT. That's not going to save him. Kevin Owens would benefit more from a move to NXT than Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins sucks right now. I don't think it's going to be any better on NXT. And I don't want him shitting all over my favorite program of the week for WWE. Kevin Owens moving to NXT, I think benefits him. I think he's more beloved right now compared to Seth Rollins. I think there would be better matches with Kevin Owens down in NXT compared to Seth Rollins. Someone is defecting. Someone is turning. Whether it's just a turn and a move to NXT. Someone is either turning or moving to NXT. I don't know who it is. It's either Rollins or Owens. And if I have a choice here in the matter, it's going to be Kevin Owens. But clearly Triple H has done this not once but twice and was only with Owens and Rollins. So it might be pointing to either one of those two guys. And I think if anybody is going to take what Triple H said into consideration, it's going to be Kevin Owens more so than Seth Rollins. But I'm not against Kevin Owens moving to NXT. I was never opposed to NXT getting Kevin Owens. I think it's a great move that would benefit both parties. Because Monday Night Raw certainly doesn't really have plans for him. We've had Owens on this show for 8 weeks now? 7-8 weeks? And nothing? How is that even possible? The guy was on top of the fucking world in a feud with Shane McMahon. He was the hottest thing in the company. And now he's just died off. So if you're not going to use him, you might as well give him to Triple H to resuscitate his fucking career where he could actually be benefited and give NXT a much needed boost in momentum, you know? Then you're going to have the people saying, well, they moved NXT down to, they moved Kevin Owens down to NXT for AEW. It's the AEW effect because NXT wants to beat AEW in the ratings. Yeah, Obviously, that's the case. They know what they're doing. The only reason why NXT is in the Survivor Series is because of NXT's war with AEW. So, I'm not opposed to this. I just don't know why we had to just go immediately to a no contest with Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, and nothing here was resolved. We got a great promo, but nothing came out of it. Nothing came out of it. So there you go. Charlie Caruso interviewed Humberto Carrillo. She said her big breaking news is coming up. She said Styles will defend the United States title against Carrillo next week. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Will he win it? I don't know. He's lost twice before, so I guess third time's the charm. Will the U.S. title get Humberto over? I don't know. Seth Rollins didn't get Humberto over. AJ Styles didn't get Humberto over. The U.S. title won't get Humberto over. So you're going to put a dead title on a dead act, and both things will end up being dead. I can't wait to see this fucking fail in the end. So he was humbled and excited. He spoke about his opportunity next week. Yeah, great. Paul Heyman had additional breaking news. He said he's the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion Brock Lesnar, blah, blah, blah. Heyman recapped the Lesnar-Mysterio match at Survivor Series and proposed a no-holds-barred stipulation. One beast wins, one legendary luchador loses. He said the spoiler is either Rey will pull off a miracle and beat Lesnar and avenge his family's honor, or you will see Lesnar massacre Rey Mysterio and deliver a beating so heinous he cannot convey it in words in advance. They will have to pull this footage from WWE history because it will be too graphic in nature. It won't be a 5-second match. It will be a public torture session. He said they will find out together, miracle or massacre. So there you go. So Rey Mysterio was there for a response. Carrillo was still in frame because he was a part of this segment. He wished Carrillo luck, and he's so happy for his success. He says he has what it takes to beat AJ Styles. Let's hope not. They shook hands and hugged, and then Lesnar was obviously not there with Heyman. It was just Heyman, but Rey looked into the camera after the Paul Heyman promo, and I'm glad that he looked right into the camera and not off to the side somewhere. I want you to fucking talk to me. I'm watching you speak. Why are you speaking? What do you have to convey to me? You know? Why is this important to you? You're 6 days out from a title match. Let me know how you're feeling. So he looked into the camera. Rey said Lesnar made the mistake of his lifetime when he put his hands on him and his son, but also when he offered to turn it into a no-holds-barred match because I accept. He said he'll use the pipe as his weapon, and he had the pipe with him. He asked if Brock really thinks that stipulation is to his advantage. He said the old him would be out there demanding an apology, but that's not Lesnar's style, and that's okay because come this Sunday at Survivor Series, he's coming for the WWE Championship and not an apology. This was a very good promo by Rey Mysterio. I like the eye contact. I like the direct nature of it. I like the fact that he mentioned that he's coming after the WWE Championship, because why the fuck would you be in this thing? Yeah, you're in it to avenge the beating of your son, but you're in a WWE Championship match, so clearly you want to win the WWE Championship on top of hurting Brock Lesnar. So this was great. And the no-holds-barred match, it is going to give Rey Mysterio that sense of believability, because if this was a regular match, if this was a regular standard one-on-one match, this match realistically should end in about 60 seconds. And if that is too much, it might be. Lesnar could snap this guy. Lesnar could fucking snap this guy in half and fucking use him as a toothpick. I mean, 60 seconds might be too much. 30 seconds. It's not going to be pretty if this is a one-on-one match. So having the no-holds-barred stipulation is a great stipulation to give Rey Mysterio some sort of advantage here and use all this frustration, the weeks of frustration, you know, with Dominic and Cain Velasquez out on Lesnar, and it could give him a fighting chance. And I like the miracle or massacre tagline. I think that's great. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it to begin with, but I'm looking forward to it even more so now because I think it gives Rey Mysterio a fighting chance to actually pull out an even better match with Brock Lesnar. Natalya versus Asuka. This went 4 minutes. Asuka caught her with a head kick to the side of the head for a 3 count, and that was pretty much it. So Natalya tapped out Asuka all those weeks ago with the sharpshooter. I guess that means nothing. Oh, well. Sad for Natalya. She goes from making Asuka tap out in a tag team match to not getting a tag team title match to losing to Asuka one-on-one. So Natty goes to Saudi Arabia to make history, and then gets a title match opportunity, then doesn't get a title match opportunity, and then gets beaten here in 4 minutes. So the highs and lows of Natty's career. Look no further than this month alone. Now, Asuka, quickly, I mentioned this before. I love the fact that they are focusing more on the Kabuki Warriors. I think Asuka and her heel turn and her heel look is fucking great. I love the colors. I love the body language. I love the fucking nasty look she gives. I love the green mist. I love the eye paint, right? The face paint, the face makeup looks great. Same thing with Kairi Sane. I think both of them look great in their roles, and I'm really enjoying that they're getting some spotlight and some priority in WWE after many months of just waiting around doing nothing. I think it's great. Viking Raiders, Randy Orton, and Ricochet was the surprise tag team partner, to the surprise of nobody. This match did not even go to a point where we expected it to go. You know, they had some interaction, some back and forth. Ricochet and Ivar did some cartwheels. Ivar knocked Ricochet and Orton to the floor, then dove through the ropes on top of both of them. He threw Ricochet into the ringside barricade, then returned to the ring where Orton met him with a draping DDT off the middle rope. He signaled for the RKO, and then out comes SmackDown's roster. Now, before all of this, before they went to a commercial break during this match, we had the SmackDown guys in the back, and they were beating up the Raw guys. So Ziggler and Bobby Roode and some other SmackDown guys were back there throwing around the Monday Night Raw fucking job squad. I seen Eric Young flying around, and Titus O'Neil was out there. Whatever. I mean, it's fucking typical formulaic Vince McMahon shoddy booking on a go-home show. So after this was all over, the Raw wrestlers, returned to the ring here. We had SmackDown out there. We had NXT out there. They were all brawling at ringside. I don't know who was who. There was Heavy Machinery out there. Lucha House Party was out there. Rude, Ziggler. I seen Pete Dunne, Keith Lee, Damian Priest, Dominic Dijakovic, Cedric Alexander was out there. It was just fucking mass chaos to close Monday Night Raw. NXT wrestlers joined the brawl last. Triple H was in the back. He was in Gorilla. He was looking into the camera and said, "This is the beginning of the end, because in 6 days at Survivor Series, NXT will finish this and show the world that NXT is the A show of WWE." He said, "Wednesday night on NXT TV, it's an open door, and I'm leaving the doors wide open." So the last thing we see as Monday Night Raw closes is Keith Lee tossing Humberto Carrillo on top of everybody that was on the outside, and that's the way Monday Night Raw went off the air. I hate these types of endings. I really do. Because that does nothing for me to get me excited about the Survivor Series. I still don't know how the Survivor Series 5-on-5-on-5 matches are going to work. Like, how are they going to work? Is it going to be triple threat? Is it going to be 3 guys involved in the ring? Is it going to be 2 guys in the ring? And tags could happen to anybody at any time? I don't know. This did nothing to get me excited. It just added to the overall confusion that is these NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw matches. I don't care. So hopefully NXT is a little bit better. You know that they got something big planned because it's the go-home show. And they need to go out with a bang. So we'll see what happens. Triple H is leaving the door open. This Monday Night Raw had a lot of illogical booking, a lot of unnecessary booking, a lot of WWE just throwing their hands in the air, tight moments. I don't know what to do. Let's book these 2 guys together. Rollins and Andrade had a great match. Andrade loses by DQ. Then we had Owens and McIntyre, fantastic match, no contest, right? It's just shoddy booking. It really is. The more times they do something right, they do fucking 4 things wrong to make up for that one right thing. This was a decent show. It was it was better than last week. That's all I could say. This was a decent show. Seth and Andrade was great. Akira Tozawa and Buddy Murphy was very good. And Drew McIntyre versus Kevin Owens was fucking fantastic. They have the talent there. They have a great mid-card if they want to utilize it and show us that they care. Their main event scene could be spearheaded by Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, and Ricochet. They have the talent there. They're still lacking in the roster department, but the talent is fucking there. If they add another big piece to that show and a couple of women, Maybe get the tag team division back to where it needs to be. Monday Night Raw could be a great show, but they just refuse to do anything creative with it. It's the same shit every fucking week. And today was decent because of the in-ring action. If they didn't have the in-ring action, it might have just been as bad as last week. But that's all I'm going to say. Positivity, right? I got to give you the positive, I got to give you the negative. I got to give you the fucking truth, and I got to give you what you guys are watching. So that's what happened. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Hopefully my voice sounded much better than it did this weekend. I'm going to have some more tea tonight, and I'm going to try and get better throughout the week. If you guys want to check out Manscaped, please do so, man. New sponsor for the show, manscaped.com, code SCRIPT. During checkouts, it's going to save you 20%, and you guys got to get a gift for your father, your brother, and yourself. There you go, manscaped.com. Make sure you guys follow me on social media, man, at JD from NY206 on Twitter and Instagram, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And make sure you guys check out all the other content that you might have missed on the channel down below. Guys, I will be back tomorrow with Off The Script Elite number 8. I'll see you then, man. Have a great night. Have a cold beverage for me. I'm going to have my green tea with honey. And I'm going to try and get better for you guys so that the content can continue flowing throughout the week. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you right back here on Tuesday afternoon with OTS Elite. See you then.